Hello, good morning. Welcome to this channel. My name is Edwin Maya Mang'eni. I'm happy you have joined. I'm happy you are watching. It's always a pleasure. It's something I've looked forward to do. It's something I've really been looking forward to do and achieve, and I'm happy today I'm shooting my first video. I can't wait to interact with you. I can't wait to share with you. I can't wait for your feedback. I'm really passionate and looking forward to this interaction. It's going to be a good interaction. I'll be analyzing a lot about politics. I'll be analyzing a lot about business because myself, I'm a businessman. I'll be analyzing about lifestyle, how reaching out to entertainers, reaching out to content creators, reaching out to different creatives so that we engage. Just to share with you a little bit about myself is that my name is Edwin Maya, as I've said. I'm a graduate political science and philosophy from Kenyatta University. But I'm a fashion designer by trade. I'm into business and I'm into fashion. I'm making clothes. Like what I'm wearing is self-made. It's made by my company. It's called Valma. And so I've diverse interests. So I'm sure we are going to share a lot in this channel. And as we start off and you like whatever I'm sharing, kindly you like my videos, you share my videos, and most importantly, you subscribe. So let's engage and let's do this. So today, I'm excited. It's my first video, of course. Today being my birthday, actually. I'm turning a year older, 28 to be precise. So I'm very excited to do this on my birthday. It's like the perfect birthday gift for me. Today we are going to start from a political note, and we just like to analyze a little bit about what's happening in our country. There's a lot that has been going in our country, and nobody really can say is not interested in politics, because at the end of the day, politics informs our lives. It informs our daily life. So you can't say you're not interested. Everybody must be interested, because ultimately it will determine our businesses, our employment, our lifestyle, our day-to-day decision making. If we have good politics, the way Moi said, siasa mbaya maisha mbaya, siasa mzuri maisha mzuri. So politics defines our lives and you cannot run away from it. Narrowing down to what's happening in the country, we know His Excellency William Ruto is the president. We know His Excellency Rigiji is the deputy president. We know His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi is the prime minister. And on the other hand, we have the Right Honorable Prime Minister. We have the Right Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, Right Honorable Martha Karua. And there's a lot that have been happening around. I had a statement from Kalonzo Musyoka saying, since Raila went to South Africa the other day, he has come back a totally different man. We don't know what he ate in South Africa, because he has come, he's on fire, he's having rallies, holding rallies. He started with Kamkunji, now he went to Jacaranda. And as I'm speaking today, he just went to Nigeria. We don't know when he comes back. It will be massive. He had promised to do rallies in all big towns in Kenya, from Kakamega to Machakos to Mombasa to Nakuru to Kisii to Kisumu. So we are likely to see a very active political space or political atmosphere, which maybe most of us did not expect, because we just finished our elections the other day, last year, August. And so people thought maybe we will have the situation will calm down, so that the president William Ruto will have some time to pick up and sort the economy, sort administrative issues, sort our lives, so that as Kenyans we have a better life. But here we are, there's a push and pull, there's back and forth with different allegations. Right Honorable Raila Odinga is claiming that he won the elections, but he was rigged out by the president, William Ruto. But William Ruto is responding and say, hey, come on, you heard everything. You heard the system, you heard the deep state, you heard the mafias, the billionaires, you heard the commander-in-chief, the president, supporting you. In fact, you heard even the instruments of, all the instruments of power, including the security forces, including even they say KDF, police, prisons, even the Kenya Poisons Board, everything was on their side. So how comes the Ruto, who did not have it, managed to triumph over them? So here we are with the rallies. Now, what I want us to focus more on is this issue of whistleblower. We know we have been hearing a little bit more about the IBC whistleblower. And actually, I would title my conversation today as the whistleblower quandary. This perplexity that we are in about the whistleblower, the results that Azimio are putting forth, claiming that they're the right results. The results show that they were exchanged, like especially in Mount Kenya. There's a lot of changing figures, swiping around. What Raila got, which was more, was taken and given to William Ruto, and then what William Ruto got, which was less, is what was shifted and given to Raila Odinga. So those are the claims that are being forwarded. Of course, the whistleblower is basically somebody who pinpoints or who brings to knowledge or who brings to public something that is going wrong in a certain organization, or somebody who brings out that knowledge or who informs the public that, you know what, there's something wrong going on somewhere, or there's something wrong that was done somewhere. So in our case, the IBC whistleblower, who is still anonymous to date, is saying, come on, this is what happened. There was a lot of cheating. And of course, the counter accusations from the president and his team is that, hey, come on, we heard even the Supreme Court. We had the Supreme Court hearings. Why didn't you bring all this evidence? The other day, Raila even said he brought Chebukati, Chebukati went to his house. And the argument here is, why did Chebukati go to Raila's house? And if I told there was something fishy, why didn't Raila take that as part of evidence to the Supreme Court? So a lot of back and forth. But let us look at the key points here. And I'd like us to look at about three things. Number one is this Raila factor. We know he's the enigma of politics. We know he has fought a lot for democracy. But let us study this man's political behavior, how he goes around with things. We know he ran for the first time in 1997 against Moi. He was defeated, he came third. But when you look at, after some point, after being defeated, they formed the opposition. Moi was in government. But after some time, after leading a lot of opposition against the Moi government, at some point they had to come together and form a corporation, to come together, form a union that they would work together. It was just towards the 2002 elections when they fell apart, when it was clear that Moi was going to pick Uhuru Kenyatta as his preferred successor. That's where they fell apart. But initially, Raila had managed to come together and form a cooperation work in cooperation with President Moi. So that happened after the 1997 election. Fast forward, during the Kibaki regime, we know what happened. Raila was again defeated in court because, of course, there were issues about the 2007 election, and unfortunately, we had the post-election violence. And after so much criticizing, after Raila criticizing the government of the day for some time, what happened is they ended up having the Nusumkate thing, sharing the government. And that is something that really shaped the politics of this country. And then, just lately, under Uhuru's government, again Raila, after opposing the government for some time, after giving the government a hard time with a lot of rallies and demonstrations, again they formed an alliance with Uhuru Kenyatta, which was called the handshake. So the argument here is Raila a mastery of twisting the government so that he finds his way into that government? If he doesn't find his way to that government, he causes chaos. He makes it difficult for the one in power to rule. He makes it difficult for the regime to rule peacefully, so that the people in power or the president has no option but to call him on the table, so that at least he can give him ample time. So being that Raila lost in the last elections, Ruto is the president, is he making sure that he finds his way back into the government? Like, it's a question, is he these rallies he's having, is he trying to blackmail the president so that he calls him on the negotiating table? Or is it genuine rallies that are aimed at addressing, pointing out the shortages in the government, in the running of the government, so that the government becomes more accountable, the government becomes more objective with its functions, becomes more effective, more efficient with its functions, to the greater benefit of the common mwananchi, of the hustlers here. So it's a question that we need to ponder about, we need to be careful about. Is it just a question of Raila Odinga trying to untwist the government, blackmail the government so that he gets positions? Or is it a genuine fight for good governance? I'll leave it to you to interpret. We'll be discussing and engaging more and looking at how things unfold. And we'll see if we'll watch how the next few weeks and months are going to unfold. But for now, I'll leave it to you to make an interpretation. You can write in the comment section what you think so that we share and explore. Is Raila Odinga's fight genuine? And also, apart from that, I also want to look at the second point. And the second point is that how is William Ruto going to deal? How is William Ruto going to deal with this particular challenge? Because now Raila Odinga is now on fire. He's now out to put the government under pressure. How is Ruto going to respond? We have seen William Ruto himself saying that, you know what, we know Raila's games, we know what he did with the cooperation with Moi, the Nusumkate with Kibaki, the handshake with Uhuru, and he's saying, you know what, these are your usual tricks and we are not bowing to it anymore. We are not going to bow to your blackmail. We are going to remain steadfast and focused on serving Kenyans. And he's saying, you know what, we know we are not going to be distracted. So another thing to ponder about is, can William Ruto manage Raila Odinga? Can he be able to manage Raila Odinga, which the previous presidents, they failed to. They failed to manage Raila Odinga. They failed to have a grip on him. And the only option they had is to call him to join the government, to sit with them, to negotiate on how to run the country. So, William Ruto has said, you know what, we can do this on our own and we don't need your permission. But will he manage really the forces that are being forged by Raila Odinga, the rallies and all that? The truth is that it's a bit difficult to govern. Every person in power, every government, every leader will want a peaceful and enabling environment. But now if you are leading and there's a lot of opposition all over, it's distractful. People are pointing out all your faults, all your shortcomings. So it's going to be interesting to see if William Ruto is really going to stand. I know we have other countries, even countries like France, where the opposition or the left wing is very active, and they have demonstrations, and the opposition is very vibrant. They hold frequent demonstrations, but still the government is able to remain focused and deliver. Will it still happen here in Kenya, where despite all the rallies and everything and all the noise, they remain focused? William Ruto will remain focused. So also that's a question I want to put forth to you, so that we interact and share. You can write in the comment section. Do you think William Ruto will remain focused and stay strong? You remember he has been saying that he wants an active opposition so that it keeps them in check. But will he be able to sustain the opposition from Raila Odinga, because it's massive, having demonstrations all over? So I want to get your thoughts. Do you think William Ruto is going to survive, or will he give in to Raila's demands once again and call him to the negotiating table? Will he say, like, come on, let us have a sit down, let us see how we are going to run this thing? So that one we wait to see in the coming few years, or few months, I mean. And then the last thing, of course, we are looking at we expect the Kenya Kwanza government to deliver. We still have big expectations from the Kenya Kwanza government. The hustlers voted for him with the belief that it's going to have a positive impact in their lives. It's going to change our lives. We wait to see. It may be too early and unfair to judge them harshly at this point. But also we need to know that all this there are political processes, and everyone wants to build his political standing. We have 2027 around the corner. We want to see what is coming. Every leader wants to, whatever he does, wants to shape himself, put him in a favorable position. We have had even Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua saying, while they are delivering for Kenyans, the Kenyans should not forget that 2027 is coming, and they should, when they deliver, they should reciprocate and vote for them overwhelmingly. So 2027 is so the question we want to see is, how is the ground? How are the people responding? How is the electorate responding? Are people embracing the government, or are people embracing the opposition? Which side is making more sense? Yeah, it's something we need to think about it. Look at, of course, all these parties, or all the parties or the coalitions, they have stronghold areas, like Kenya Kwanza's Central Province and Rift Valley, and then opposition has Nyanza, Ukambani. So we are trying to see. Of course, mostly people from those areas will still stick to their coalitions or parties,
But we also have other areas that are a little bit more neutral, or they are battlegrounds, I would say. For example, like Western Kenya, where I happen to come from. Raila has a good following there, but we also have Musalia Mudavadi and we have Moses Wetangula, who are considered to be the kingpins of the region. So how are the people there, who are predominantly Luhya people, how are they responding? By 2027, will they be shifting more towards Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, or will they stick, or will they remain in opposition? So something that we are watching. Another battleground is the coast. How is it responding? Are they going to embrace more William Ruto, or are they to remain with Raila Odinga? It's also something that we wait to see. We pay attention. And then also there's the other areas like Northeastern, the Ma community, and others clusters. So we wait to see. And I want also you to make a comment and say if you are, maybe let's say if you are a Raila person but you feel we are on a good track, or you are William Ruto supporter and you feel like, hey, we are losing it. So let us share, let us interact, and we'll keep engaging. We'll keep interacting. As I've said, this is my first video. I look forward for us to having a blast, for us to interacting. Apart from politics, we'll also be doing other stuff, interviews and all that. So it's just the beginning. So show some love, subscribe, as mapema ndio best. So ukisubscribe sasa ndio mzuri, tunaanza pamoja tukisonga. And that will be fantastic. Thank you guys. Thank you once again. I love you and I can't wait. Please watch this as my birthday gift, because today is my birthday. So please watch, like, share. Thank you so much and God bless you. See you again next time.